Peace. It's an honor to have you take time out with Consciously Aware podcast, where thoughts breathe, truth speaks, and silence no longer hides in the shadows. This is more than conversation, it's awareness in motion, a journey through mind, spirit, and the unseen layers of life. Here we question, we feel, we rise. So open your mind, open your heart, and step into the space where conscious meets truth. Here's your host, ChillyMoe.
Welcome. This is Consciously Aware Podcast. I'm ChillyMoe, and I'm here today's show with two wonderful individuals. One I have the pleasure of having a co-host by the name of Jay Wise. And then I got a guest by the name of G.I.W. And we just gonna sit here and explain to you about balancing your life and the understanding you need to have a great life, the motivation, everything that you can really use in life is right there at your fingertips. And Jay Wise will be on this show. He's going to be a person that you will hear a lot of. So I'm going to have him anchor this show. This is ChillyMoe, and this is Consciously Aware Podcast Presents Conscious is Change. And I'm happy to have my guest today, G-Dub. So, G-Dub, how you doing today, sir?
Doing good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Jay Wise, how you doing, sir?
Uh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
Okay. I'm wonderful, man. I'm blessed. I'm actually happy to be here, man. You know, sitting here having a conscious conversation with some conscious brothers about some positivity. And that's what the world need right now, especially in the times we living in.
Hey, you on Consciously Aware Podcast. And this became your home, so I'm proud that you feel good about it. Well, you know what? Since my guest is paying attention to those that's going to pay attention later, I want you and G-Dub to finish that conversation y'all was speaking on. And to everybody that's noticing, I'm the host, and this is my co-host, Jay Wise. And today's show is going to be special because I'm going to sit back, and Jay Wise going to anchor this show with our guest, G-Dub. G.I.W. Excuse me.
Gi, what's good, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm wonderful, man. A lot of people didn't hear the conversation we was having, but you're a conscious rapper. Well, I'm not gonna say conscious. I'm gonna say positive, because even when you put the gospel in it, and you say, it's all positive. And the well, you know what? Why don't you explain it to our audience what it means to you?
For sure. Um, I definitely put the gospel and the word in my music for sure. There are a bunch of artists that I work with as well that they're finding the way as well and trying to make an impact as well in this world. I know that like we've had some artists that that have done the darker side of music, which I've come from myself in the past, have kind of started to change their mind and development on the way that they're thinking about lyrics and the way that they speak in their music too, which is important because I've always said that words are everything. It truly matters what you speak into existence and how your actions prove who you are as well. So that has a huge impact on the world. It has a huge impact on the way that others see what you're doing too.
Okay. Well, my first question, and I'm sure a lot of the people know, like, how long have you been in it, and what made you go gospel, if that's the right
So
term you want to use?
yeah, not a problem. I've been doing music in general for 18 years. I've only been performing for about 3 now on stage, and I've been doing conscious Christian rap for about 3 years as well. I started out under the name G.I.W Static, which I used as, I felt like at that point in my life, it was kind of like a gimmick because I have a brain condition called schizoaffective that I chose to use as my way of doing, like trying to figure out, okay, if I can rap fast, like I used to say even before the shows too, that I used to be like, oh, well, I'm GIW static. The reason I rap fast is because of the brain condition that I have. But now knowing that, um, now knowing going forward, like I don't have to claim that. I don't have to put that out there to the world. Unless somebody's like curious about the scar on my head or something like that, I don't usually bring it up. But other than that, it's like, there's I was speaking in my past music. I've done some pretty hateful lyrics. I've done some stuff that were more secular and things like that. And I didn't really want that out in the world. I don't really want that to be the image of myself because that's not who I am anymore. Knowing that there's a better way to say things and to do things too is very powerful. And I used to go by Static, and then I got baptized by my brother and sister in Christ, Mike Burt and Lady Rice, a couple years ago. And I was thinking about, should I still keep the same name? Because I felt like it didn't fit me right under the new premise of how I wanted my life to be. So I
Okay.
prayed on it and I was thinking on it. And then my initials, I'm very, I won't say proud because I don't really take pride. It's more of like my name is very important to me, being adopted. So my name is George. My real name is George. So then my initials were GIW. So I was thinking, what could I correlate with that? And then I heard a voice speak into my head, God, I'm willing. Like, and then with that, I heard the Lord's voice saying, God, I'm willing. And then the phrase I use is, and some of my songs and even in the ways that I interview is, God, I'm willing to do what it takes. Because if you're willing to do what it takes to better your life, look for more positive outcomes for things, you can change your whole perspective and the people's perspective around you as well.
Okay. Okay. And I guess the next thing I want to know is, when you decided to make that change, because, having the condition and being baptized, was it like easy to make the transition? Is it something that was like it? Okay, well, let me ask you this. Before you made the transition, was the music a part of you making the transition? Was it something that made you say, you know what, I want to turn my life over? But I know, because, as far as mainstream, we don't have, any mainstream positive rappers anymore. And even a lot of the positive rappers, they don't rap necessarily positive when you hear them, because usually the positive rappers might only get a feature on the songs we hear that, are quote unquote mainstream. So, like, what is it with gospel where you took that next step? Because, a lot of people, they want the money, they want to be famous. So, like, what was it that ultimately drove you, like, where you knew you were going to step into something that was going to be a lot more difficult, even though you was already doing music, but turning it into that style of music?
For sure. I'm thinking like, well, for the longest time too, to premise that, I was thinking back to the first time I performed as Static. I was thinking like, man, I had so many goals of getting money, doing all the things for fame and stuff, and now it's like none of that matters. Blessings accrue whenever you're selfless and you help people, and you can do that through your music too, helping people. They could be like, oh, I relate to that, or they think on it back later too. They may not always resonate with the lyrics they hear right then and there, but when they think back on it, they're like, man, that actually correlates with my life, or also like it makes them stop and think for a second too. There's too much unnecessary want for need, or want for the need of money, and because people want things all the time. People say they need things all the time, but for me, if I wake up every day, I'm breathing, I'm happy to be alive, I'm thankful. That's a blessing in itself right there. Being able to have your thoughts and your vision come to his vision come alive because you're able to speak those things into existence. That's important. um I've never, even when I was static, I never really felt like having money was something that was imperative in my life. I've always had everything I've ever need. I've always been blessed with the people that are around me too, and having that support system that of the artists that I work with as well. Um, the studio that I record at too, we do that type of music too. Dre Logic is one of the biggest inspirations for me to do that too. We've both been, feeding off each other's energy, trying to help each other be better people, and putting people around us too that have that same mindset and that same wanting for a higher calling.
Okay, okay. And I heard you earlier say something about um, your disease and your scar. Um, could you like elaborate on that a little bit? Because I've never heard of that, so I'm kind of curious about what that condition is.
Yeah, so I had a scar. I have a scar on my head due to a traumatic brain injury when I was 2 months old, uh, due to
Okay.
an unfavorable situation. But it gave me a condition known as schizoaffective. Um, it's kind of like schizophrenia, but like it's hearing. It's like being able to hear stuff in my head. And for the longest time, I felt like it was a negative thing, and it was hard to focus in school, and it was hard to concentrate on things that I wanted to do. And it kind of crippled me for a while too, not being able to think about what I wanted to do with my life.
Mm,
And then I realized, I had a friend recently tell me, like, if you think about it, the only voice that was in your head, and like when I think about it too at the same time, they weren't things of trying to hurt myself or anything like that. It was trying to steer me away from the bad things in my life, keeping me going in the right direction. So I've never felt truly scared by it, but it was super hard to understand when I was a kid because I was still pretty young, still trying to find my way. So at the same time, it was like something I was trying to work on to grow and build myself from as well. It's not that I don't have the condition anymore. It's just it's something that I choose not to have to claim on an everyday basis. I don't feel like it has to be the reason or the motive for the things that I do in my life either. I do struggle with issues like everybody does. We all have something that goes on in our life that's going to be unfavorable, or something that's just not, we're not feeling it that day. But at the end of the day, too, I try to find one thing that I did that made me smile. If I do one thing a day that makes me smile or helps another person, makes them feel better, my day is complete. That's my mission for the day.
wow, and it's crazy that you say that because now that like mental health is something that a lot of people pay attention to a lot more now than maybe 25, 30 years ago where it was more shameful. I think that's important, and I'm glad that you spoke on that because a lot of times when we have afflictions and we have issues, we kind of hold that stuff in, you know what I mean? And a lot of times it becomes a behavior a way of living where people start thinking things about you. But if they were aware that it's a complication to your life that you were not in control of, it gives a different type of understanding. And then people who might be suffering from that see you and they see, wow, he can do that and he can do this. Like, that's so inspirational. And I always try and get people to embrace things like, you know, having a beautiful scar, and the reason I use the two terms together, a beautiful scar, is because yeah, I was hurt by something, but I healed. The scar is a representation of the healing, and what's amazing to me to hear you say the things you say is that you embraced it instead of trying to hide it and cover it up. You embraced it, and to be able to translate that through your music, I think is powerful in itself. And then something else you said that was really profound. And I think a lot of times in music, the diamonds, the money is really it's like the ultimate goal in getting what you want and what you need. So when I hear you say, it's all about, how you can help somebody, man, that's so refreshing to hear. And that's why, it's so important for guys like you and, to actually, like I said, we need to saturate the airways with a lot of this music. You know what I mean? Because it's so much out here. You know what I mean?
I
And we
feel
just
that.
don't
I feel
have
that.
enough positive stuff to connect to. So, and the next thing I want to know is like, what type of things inspire you to write? Like and I know it's kind of a corny question to ask, but it's like, is the inspiration a personal thing? Is it a worldly thing? Like, what is it that inspire you?
Since like starting doing my new journey into music on this new perspective in life, I've never really had to struggle for lyrics. I know that
Oh,
like
okay.
some people have been like, oh man, I have to think about it for a while, but like I put my trust in the higher one to give me the lyrics to say too. And I've never truly had a moment where I've had a mental block on a song just because I know that when a song is timed to come about, it will come about. Everything is in his time and not mine. So it's like I want to make sure that
Okay.
like I'm conveying the message the right way. And if I try to rush my thoughts out or try to rush something that's not meant to be at that time, it's not going to come out. A, it's not going to come out the way it's supposed to. And B, it's not going to be true to who I am. It may sound like a good song, but it doesn't speak true to who I am and what the message I'm trying to convey is to. There have been past songs where it's been like, oh, it's rush and get it done, or like, that's hurry up and get it out. But if that's the premise of why you're writing the song, because like I have Google Drives filled with music, but it's not ready to release because it's not finished because I haven't finished getting the right lyrics, or B, it's not the right timing. So I feel like there's a lot of people that it's good to have music out. It is to inspire people, but if it's not in his time and it's in our own, then we're not doing it for the purpose that it was created for.
To the audience,
Wow.
it's G.W. G.I.W. Mistakes by G.I.W.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Not just a nigga, that's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a major mistake. Yeah, yeah. That's a major mistake. If you're not just a nigga, that's a major. Let's go. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. If you're not just a nigga, that's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. If you're not just a nigga, that's a major mistake. Well, you gotta go without the word, and when spitting the truth up in the booth, that is practical proof. To the Lord up in the die, true blessings accrue. It's a major mistake, yeah, it's a major mistake that they're out of the state. That's what they will say, that it's a major mistake that they're out of the state. That's what they will say, that's what they will say. But that's okay, my brain still continue to pray. Demons used to have control, try to spider the matter up in the batter, stuck in at the batter, mind your own manners, cause it's mine. What matter, God, do everything. Do you really need that rain, that green, get the move, get the work, you can earn those things, but you gotta have faith to make it change it. Remove the wicked ways and we say amen, but you gotta have faith to make it change it. Remove the wicked ways and we say amen, but you gotta have faith to make it change today. Not living for tomorrow, cause we're here today, so I fall to my knees and begin to pray. Cause don't believe in the words that the haters will say, so I'ma get it with the scripture for the sons won't pray. Still not trusting in God, that's a major mistake. Yeah, it's a major mistake. Yeah, God, I'm willing. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. If you're not trusting in God, that's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. If you're not trusting in God, that's a major mistake.
Time to trust in God. Wake up and do your job. If inside you're feeling but you know that's the truth, that's the proof, and it's pulling on your heart, man. Gotta live right. If it's wrong, then it's insane. Gotta show the next generation that you can change. Even show your man, yeah, he can do the same thing. We enticing the change. Now we making the change. Rearranging the frame. Never needed the fame. If we did, it's a shame. Just needed some game. Had to find our own lane. Switch it up and live right and make waves. Gotta change your ways or end up being basic. Just face it, you're grown and got kids, time to change it. If not for yourself, gotta do it for your people. May we all live a long life and live equal. All I gotta say is it's a major mistake if you ain't changing your ways and looking for better days. It's a major mistake if you ain't changing your ways and looking for better days.
That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. If you're not trusting in God, that's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. That's a major mistake. If you're not trusting in God, that's a major mistake.
Right. And that's what it is. That's what it was, man. Shout out to God, I'm willing. I definitely know the feeling. People look at me like I'm the villain, but we gotta make sure the skeptics all know that they all feel them, man. You gotta grow. You gotta live righteous. It's a major mistake if you ignore your conscience, your Holy Spirit. God put it on you to live right, to show everybody they can do it too. You got a light within, you gotta show it. Shine bright. Thank you, God, Yahweh, Jesus, and Yahshua, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
That was featuring my friend Dre Logic,
That's a major mistake.
my producer.
Hey, now listen, people out there, that's my first time hearing this, right? And
Yeah,
this, I like that, man. I like that, bro. I'm not gonna. Hey, listen, I like that. I like that, man. You
thank
know,
you.
and you know what's crazy? You know, we was talking before. You know, we went live, and I was talking about producing. You know, and tracks. Like, man, that was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't expecting that, bro. I'm not. I wasn't expecting that, man. So like, whoo, nah, I got a lot of questions now in my head, man. Cause you just
For sure.
that was, hey, that was nice. Now let me ask you this. Now, when you do collabs, is the collabs based on you and the person talking about it, or is it somebody you work with? I mean, well, let me ask you this: how many different rappers have you collabed with since you went gospel?
Um, Let me think. I want to say at least 14 or 15, and I have more in the works right now. Um,
Oh, okay,
one,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, and some of the ones that I've worked with in the past when I was static, like Dre Logic, I worked with him back in the day too. He's produced almost all my tracks too. He mixes, he records, mixes, and masters it all too. And but like I've worked with some of the artists from the past too that are doing the similar type of music now too, or trying to make a new wave in their life with the impact that they're wanting to do. So yeah, it's like seeing the transformation of the artists around me come about too is incredible.
Okay. Do you produce? Do you do beats?
I've tried my hand at making beats. I'm not the best at it. My perception of the way it sounds isn't always 100%. I've tried it in the past. I've made a couple. I have some friends
Yeah.
of mine that make beats though, and they've sent me some as well. My friend that works at the Spotlight Studios as well, where I record is 410 Ghost, and he makes beats. There's a song that Dre and I actually have on Spotify, or I have on streaming services right now, called "He Keeps Opening Doors," and 410 Ghost produced that beat.
Okay. Okay. Now, sitting back listening to that. Now, let me ask you this: if let's just say one of these mainstream guys want to do a song with you, and they want to tap into the gospel genre, who would you be willing to say, you know what, I wouldn't mind doing a song with this guy, but he has to do gospel rap? Is it
For
any,
me,
anybody?
Um, So the thing is, like with music in general, I choose not to censor people. So if they're speaking their truth in their music, I would obviously say not to put hate or malice or foul language in it. But at the same time, I'm never going to censor a person's creativity just because of my own
Okay.
personal experiences in the past of some artists that I've worked with that have tried to do that. So I will never take away someone's creative voice. I will suggest that we have a concept to come up with before we make the song and kind of stick to that concept as well. But at the same time, I feel like everyone's voice deserves to be heard. And if you're trying to, do it for the right way and trying to do it for the right reasons, I'm going to be more inclined to go that route as well with the music. But I've worked with artists in the past too that, I still love the music we've made. I've loved doing the collabs we've done. But at the end of the day too, I'm still going to hold true to who I am and what I believe as well.
Okay, now that's a good question I want to know. Now, when you were Static before you changed your name, the artist that you work with, when you decided to go gospel, and you don't have to name any names, I'm not asking for that, but did you see people like back off or not necessarily want to mess with you because you went gospel?
Some, yes, and there's been some also that like I hadn't talked to in a while, and then they're starting to come about to the idea that there's things that are in our lives that have had inadequacies and things that weren't adding up to where we wanted to go or what the bigger plan was when we had those same notions and same goals and minds in the past. Um, I I'm actually going to give him a shout out too. This guy has been one of my best friends for the longest time. My friend Bougie, like he did some hardcore gangster rap in the past too, but he and I have had some really prophetic conversations about our faith and stuff recently too, and like it's been eye-opening for real. I love that dude. Like I've always supported his music too. But at the same time, seeing people being able to change and being able to make an impact in people's lives and focus on what things are important in their lives, it's been a blessing to see that transformation in so many artists too.
To the audience,
Okay, okay.
this is True Lies by G.I.W.
Yeah, I used to believe in your lies, but now I found a new way. God will see me through. He'll see all of us through. Let's go.
Is the Legion. Why don't you open up? And why don't you tell me what is wrong? Why do you close your heart?
Let's go.
I know it's my fault. I can't promise I'll change, but I'ma swallow my pride. Cause I think I finally realized the truth. I'm starting to believe in my own lies.
I used to believe you.
I'm starting to believe in my own lies. I'm starting to believe.
Used to believe in the words you said, but you never cared about wishing I was dead. Tried so much just to falsify all the emotions in my head, trying to keep them inside. A man used love, but his heart would die. Got me thinking up ahead, I got to testify. The whole situation was convoluted, made a man to Michelle, now my brain's polluted. Tried to pick up my friends away, your brain polluted. It was all my fault, why'd you go and do this? I've been thinking that this thing would last forever. Now you hit with the homies like we're never together. This ain't my fault, the whole heart turned cold. Could have been, but the start started selling my soul. Did you even really love me like a floatal plan? I hope I meant to get some better, get over solid, man. Could have never did the figure out of hate the miles. See disturbing the peace because I told them bounce. So I'm thinking that I gotta go, get a shot of real. Gotta make me feel whole and I control every aspect in my entire life. I better bring up all the thing and make it sure to my wife. Yeah, make it sure to my wife. God, I'm willing.
Why don't you open up? Why don't you open up? And why don't you tell me what is wrong? Why do you close your heart? I know it's my fault. I can't promise I'll change, but I'ma swallow my pride. Cause I think I finally realized the truth. I'm starting to believe in my own lies. I'm starting to believe in my own lies. I'm starting to believe.
Truthfully, you did me a fave. In the moment, I was only filled with rage. Inside, I tried to conceal the pain. Put the bottle in, looking for some liquor to taste. Couldn't even look at your face, but when I closed my eyes, that was all I could think. Love, they called me a case. Parked outside thinking how I want to engage. You knew the two of us were engaged. It wasn't perfect, but with every page of the story we wrote, there was a kiss to seal. Every note, now we're trying to float in a sea of love without a boat. And I'm not dumb enough to get by and hope. What could have been Titanic turned out Titanic. With the weight of it all came crashing on my planet. Still standing, God had to plan it. Cause I'm much stronger now. How did I manage to end up here? Eyes open wide, my head so clear. Won't shed no tears. Love is blinding. I keep reminding myself of the truth as I keep on climbing the mountain in front of me. The thoughts where I'm gonna be. Looking at my past, what you somewhere under me.
Open up. Why don't you open up? And why don't you tell me what is wrong? Why do you close your heart? I know it's my fault. I can't promise I'll change, but I'ma swallow my pride. Cause I think I finally realized the truth. I'm starting to believe in my own lies. I'm starting to believe in my own life. I'm starting to believe.
Wow, man. That's 2 for 2, man. Hey, listen. I'm really digging this, man. I'm really digging this, and I'm a big lover of hip hop, man. I've been, I don't want to be telling my age, but I'm definitely close to that 50 mark, man. And I've been listening to hip hop for a long time, so it's that sound good, man. That sound good, man. Like, let me ask you this too. Like, are you a father?
I'm not, but I'm an uncle, and I love being an uncle. I'm 32 years old, and I help my brother and them, take care of my niece at times too. It's been fun. It's been a blessing in my entire life. Someday I hope to be a father, but at the same time, I know it's all in the Creator's plan, and it's when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I will never rush. I will never rush the plan that's put before me. So.
Oh yeah, man. And, these kids, they're getting a little bit more expensive more every year. So yeah, and the reason I asked that too, man, and looking at the music, the biggest thing to me, because our kids, like I say, whether it's a cell phone or a tablet or TV screen, there's it's so much out here for them that's so negative, and the reason I asked about the kids, our kids gravitate to the music they parents listen to,
Very true. Very
and
true. Yeah.
so I guess the next thing I would want to know is, like, what is your target audience, like, when you sing? Because I know gospel, when you look at it from a whole, anybody can grasp hold of God. So the reason why I ask your target audience is, like, when you writing a song, who are you reaching? Is it a demographic? Because I know you have Latin descent. Do you cater more to your people, or is it more or less a mix for everybody? Because I got some rappers, like the drill rap. I'm not into the drill rap, but I know, like, the gang culture is heavy into drill rap and all of that stuff. So I'm using, I guess the question I want to ask is, like, when you pick the songs you pick, who are you hoping, like, man, I hope this person hear this song?
I would say, well, first of all, I want to say on that last track, I want to shout out Kath the Wise Guy for the feature on there, and then Dre Logic for mixing and mastering everything on that too. Just wanted to put that
And
in
it
there real
sound
quick as
good,
well.
man. It sound good.
Thank you. I would say I don't really have a target demographic. For me, it's whoever wants to hear and wants to listen. I don't really
Right,
direct my
right.
music towards one group of people. I feel like if you have an open ear and you like what you hear, that's good. At the same time, though, it's like I'm never going to be the type of person that's going to be like, well, you have to listen to this, you have to like it. I've never really wanted to be that person. Everyone has their own freedom of expression and what hits their ear the right way. So at the end of the day, if you like what you hear when you hear the music, that's good. If you don't, it's okay. But at the same time, I want to I've had a lot of people, feel some type of way because it didn't hit their ear the right way, or like they want to, say something about it to me. And that for me too, it's like, I'm not going to really lose sleep over people hating on my music. At the same time, it's like, if it reaches you and it hits a certain way or strikes a certain way to your ear, that's awesome.
And
Okay.
we
Okay.
all are entitled to our own opinions too, right? So to the audience that's listening, and to anyone that listened to the last show on Consciously Aware Podcast presents Consciously a Change, I had a luxury of having a great artist by the name of SGF Graham. So I want to play his song Purpose, because I think it kind of coincides with what we got going on here. And Jay Wise, G.I.W, I appreciate what's going on. I'm sitting back, and this is one of my favorite episodes right now, currently. So I want to play for the audience that tuned in
Appreciate
last
it.
time. Yes, this is
For sure.
SGF Graham, Purpose.
Yeah, yeah. I move with purpose, baby. I move it, I groove it. I move with purpose, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get to it, keep moving, keep grooving. I do this, I move with purpose, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get to it, keep moving, keep grooving. I do this, I move with purpose, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get to it, keep moving, keep grooving. I do this, I move with purpose, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get to it, keep moving, keep grooving. I do this, I move it. Wake up, head raised, thank y'all, I ain't done. Might not be where I want, but my enemies ain't won. Break down, roll one, clear mind, pour none. Advice, got some, they see what's did, not what's done. That's life, keep going, no pain, no growing. What's attained, don't show it. Your heart, console it, it's just you that owe it. They actors performing while they in your circumference. How bad do you want it? In heart, start purging. Love me on purpose. Must leave, you hurt me. No homie, you homie. Ain't no broad, too pretty. Let bad vibes keep lurking. My energy high, ain't working. No one is perfect. Intentions sing early. Keep results, he Murray. No birdies round, keep chirping. Drop out, drop win, just feel. Y'all put me just once, might fool me. Try twice, suck it, suck purpose, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get to it, keep moving, keep grooving. I do this, I move with purpose, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get to it, keep moving, keep grooving. I do this, I move with purpose, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get to it, keep moving, keep grooving. I do this, I move with purpose, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get to it, keep moving, keep grooving. I do this, I move it. No luck, grew up, send out intention. Throw strikes, when pitching. Home runs, when hitting. You wish bad, pray fast, send back to who send it. Keep coming, get litty. Eli, when defending. Surround myself with ones that's like me. On lane, no biting. Keep it real, no fighting. Go straight, yeah, that way just goes. Entice me. Drop out, drop win. Just feel, get like me. I groove it. I move it. I groove it. I move with purpose, baby.
Man, bro,
Okay.
that was
Okay.
beautiful. Like the message
Yeah.
was impactful. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that as good asset to the show. I mean, y'all conversation is very powerful. So, Jay Wise, I appreciate you, sir. So, to the audience that's enjoying this conversation, I'm gonna let them continue. I got two other songs I want to play after they segue out of their conversation, and then I got one more special song from G.I.W that I think everybody's gonna enjoy. So, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy myself. Y'all continue.
Thank you for having
Okay.
us too.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it, man. All this good positive music, man. Whoa.
For real.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. We need this. Now, the thing I want to ask now is, being a rapper, who are some of the people you listened to growing up? Like, who are some of your rappers that, you listen to?
I definitely when I first started like listening to rap, I started listening to like some sort of stuff that my sorry, yeah, tongue tied sometimes. Some of the stuff I listened to when I was growing up, like I listened to Will Smith growing up a lot with my dad, who what was it? I had a very broad aspect of music I listened to. So I listened to a little bit of everything, but I'd say one of
Okay.
the first rap artists that I heard, one of the first shows I went to was Tech Nine. And I had grown up listening to that type of music a lot. And I wanted to learn how to enunciate really well when I rap, and I'm still working on that. So, I felt like if I learned how to rap fast, I could probably get my thoughts out a lot faster. Sometimes it works better. Sometimes I have to process it still. I'd say I listen to a lot of what was it? I listened to like a lot of other rappers, like mainstream artists, like Lil Wayne and stuff like that too. Growing up,
Okay.
when I was like in
Okay.
my college or my high school years, I didn't really listen to a lot of rap music. Actually, growing up, didn't really have that kind of influence yet until I kind of got older into high school and junior high years. Nowadays, I listen to mainly all Christian rap. 1K
Okay.
Few, Forrest Frank. Your Way's Better is one of my favorite songs too. My niece and I be singing that sometimes. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Um, I definitely love what's his name? No Big Deal and some of those artists too. So I love that type of music.
Okay. Okay. Um, Tell the people, your background, like your ethnicity and stuff, because we talked about that before we started too.
For sure, for sure. I am Hispanic, and I love the culture itself too, with the food and just the people. I've had the blessing of an experience to go down to Mexico a few times. You know, to embrace that culture and kind of see the lifestyle and kind of how things are done down there. I think the last time I went to Mexico with my mom and my dad. Was right before a couple of years before my dad passed. It was beautiful. We went to Isla Mujeres. I hope I saying that right. I don't speak Spanish fluently, so
Okay.
I'm hope I'm not butchering the name. But at the same time, it was beautiful. There was they have temples there that were built for like the games and stuff that they would host, and like the culture there is just so beautiful. People are so nice, kind, and respectful. um the food is amazing, by the way. They have street people, that's people on the streets that sell food, and then they have the
Mhm.
restaurants there too. um but the water in certain places there is just crystal blue too, and it's truly a blessing too to see all the people being able to do the things that they do on a regular basis too, to make their culture prosper and grow.
Oh, okay. And I live in a 60% Latino neighborhood, so when you talk about the food, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, so I'm big in the Latin culture too. Like I said, I live in a 60% Latin neighborhood, so I'm definitely big in the Latin foods and Latin culture. I actually celebrate Cinco de Mayo. you know.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah,
We
yeah.
in Kansas City, there's a big Hispanic population there too. One of the neighborhoods,
Oh,
actually, I
okay.
was down there actually. I was down there last night actually. This place called Julie's, and we were. It was an all female show that my friends were hosting, and we got to see some of the culture of people. Like when we were driving up and down the streets, looking at the houses and stuff, they have like candy skulls and stuff like that. So it's very nice to see the diversity in the area that I'm in as well, but also being able to travel to see that diversity as well.
Yeah, yeah. Now let me ask you this: being go ahead, Mo. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna segue into this song by SGF Graham, and then I'll let y'all finish up. So here's "Footwork" by SGF Graham.
Yeah, footwork. It's back out here. Yeah, footwork. What's your footwork?
You know you ain't paid for this.
Footwork. Look at him glow. He ain't an upper hoe. Progression with even the scope. Don't really boast. Quiet, he let extra show. Just friends who beat it at foes. Biggie, I toast. Get a shout out from the host. They swear we doing the most. Like our coast. Love is coming in droves. You only get likes in the post. Let's get money. 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 Let's get 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 money. 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 Got off my ass. Problems are pushing it back. You in the way of the bag. No time for that. Who me here now? I won't lag. We winning like that is the fast. Saving the cash. They ain't gave us a 40 acres and a mule, so I'm buying it back. Get with the clan. They talk about Triple K. You're the 47's on hand. You're getting that money. Gotta get that money. Kids won't be hungry. Putting food on the tummy. Know the bill still coming. Uncle Tom still coming. Rap real still running. Running. Run. Yelling out they run shit. Ain't that something? Must be two sides. They know nothing. Last time they ran shit, they had them running. Ain't that funny? Funny. Funny. Listen, separate we fall. Together we ball. Gotta fuck with each other. A whole lot of pause. They ask you why, then they already lost. Matter of fact, ask me they part of the call. So you the effect when they show on the net. Division I add and you get no respect. We added multiplying. That's called a check. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at him glow. He ain't an upper hoe. Progression with even the scope. Don't really boast. Quiet, he let extra show. Just friends who beat it at foes. Biggie, I toast. Get a shout out from the host. They swear we doing the most. Like our coast. Love is coming in droves. You only get likes in the post. Let's get money. 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 Let's get 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 money. 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 Asking me how did I did it? Boy, I still do it. I'm real, so I'm thinking the truest. Usually ladies with blues. Oh, he a dog and they never knew. Clueless. That didn't do nothing for me. I'm watching the horse. They wanting the bills, the blues. Wifey the only one tricking, no trusting and sticking. No one to add one, but they fools. Can't even lie. Most of them mamas are 9. Attitude kept them a 5. Vision to buy. Yeah, I got peaches in mind. Now I stay wanting to slice. Piece my advice. Asking you once, never twice. Fingers stay itch, I got lice. How does that buy? Y'all flipping tables as Christ. You can get cold as that ice. Eat from the dirty. Only they slow as their time. Know you ain't playing with mine. Crossing that line. Y'all give me piece of they fire. I'm about to start effing with mine. Titanium spine. Forever I'm standing on 10. I'm watching you standing on 9. Even the blind can see it. You missed all the signs. Look at him glow. He ain't an upper hoe. Progression with even the scope. Don't really boast. Quiet, he let extra show. Just friends who beat it at foes. Biggie, I toast. Get a shout out from the host. They swear we doing the most. Like our coast. Love is coming in droves. You only get likes in the post. Let's get money. 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 Let's get 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 money. Money. Money.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, my camera was kicking out several times. I don't know why. I apologize for that.
We have to change our ways now. There's no other option. We don't start living the right way and start living for the right purposes, then things will never get better. I'm God, I'm willing. Let's do it. Yeah.
Welcome to the apocalypse. The way to stop them must from your hands. They got put me on the pen to perplex. The devil got me back in the demons on best level. Saying right to the Christ until the lead the folk. They don't care about pain, but it's the joking in this wicked destitute of a desolate planet. Got put in so much work, still we go and jam. But carnivorous cravings and paralysis reasons. Got to the death smoke, drip away the heat. It's like a number like with the pack and the track and never rap and never track. That we having a backtrack, don't need the gimmick. God's giving the word, so we give it clear to you so you wake up and learn. There's signs all around, got the prayer in his arm. Put it at AOG, no crowning like a car. Put it inspected with the perpetual power. Started hitting with the comma was a common conundrum. Said the kid with the marksman motivation. chase the reason, never chase the cause, yeah, I still believe in the name's God. I'm with it, with the do what it takes to make a mockery of God is a major mistake. Name's God, I'm with it, with the do what it takes to make a mockery of God is a major mistake. It's the end of times, yes, the end of times. I get the rap faster to convey the lines. It's the end of times, yes, the end of times. God's got the master plan in his time and not mine. It's the end of times, yes, the end of times. I get the rap faster to convey the lines. It's the end of times, yes, the end of times. God's got the master plan in his time and not mine.
That's the end of that one because I still have a feature coming for that one as well.
Man. Woo. Man, listen. The world need more of that. I'm so honored to have the privilege to talk to you, to do this podcast, and for this being my first one, and this show being this, man, it's powerful. You know, it's almost leaving me speechless. And for a guy like me who talk too much, it's almost it's almost impossible to do. But it's so crazy that, you know, just this little bit of time and listening to this, and, you know, literally when I go back and have some time to myself, I'm gonna look up some of them people you was talking about, man, because me myself, you know, I'm a big uh uh consumer of hip hop and music, you know, and I listen to all type of genres of music. But to hear this positive rap and know that the music has changed, because I'm be honest with you, when I was young, I used to be a part of this program called Youth for Christ. So I've been to like a Christian rap concert and stuff, and the type of music and to hear this now as opposed to 15, 20 years ago, man, it's changed a lot, you know. And let me ask you this before we get out of here, you know, what are you looking forward to seeing in the future when it comes to gospel rap and just overall positive rap? You know, it don't necessarily have to be gospel, but just, you know, the feel good in music. You know what I mean? What are you hoping to see in that?
I hope people, try to embrace their actual culture and like embrace what they believe too. Like no matter what, if you're speaking your actual truth into your music and speaking good into existence, that's gonna eventually, I'm hoping that will turn more heads than all of the type of music that has hate and crime and all the secular stuff as well. I mean, I'm never going to bash anybody for their craft, but at the same time, I want people to realize that there is a better way, and that words, like as I always said, and I have said many times, words matter the most. So what you speak into existence is what will come about.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And um, do you have anything that you want to share? Any messages you want to put out there to people who might be suffering from a illness, or somebody who's dealing with something right now? Because like I say, a lot of times with us and our people in our community, black and brown people, we kind of keep that stuff in. We don't want people to know we dealing with something. We always want to project ourselves as strong when we having stuff and issues and things like that, especially men. So like, what would you say to somebody right now who's dealing with something right now and they don't necessarily have that outlet? What would you say to them?
I would say that if you have something going on in your life that is bogging you down or weighing you down, faith may not always be what everyone turns to, but at the end of the day, too, if you have somebody you can reach out to talk to or anything like that, I won't always say that medication is always the way to go. If a way that you can do it that will channel better energy into what you want in your life, then do that for real. Because no matter what, there's always a better solution than ending something that God created, something that you were given, like life. No matter what, don't ever end the gift that you were given, because there's much better ways to deal with things. And the other thing I would say too is like, don't be afraid to reach out to somebody to talk to as well. It may not have to be a counselor, it may not have to be a therapist, but at the end of the day, if you have people that you can talk to and they understand where you're coming from and they know who you are, let them know that you're going through something. As men, I feel like it's a stigma that we have to keep things inside. We have to be all strong all the time. But knowing that even as we're human just as that like everybody else. So knowing that we have a better way to deal with things and knowing that we can channel our energy into better things, that's always going to be a better solution for real.
And that's very important too. So I'm glad we had this podcast. We getting down to the last 5 minutes, and I'm gonna just say, G.I.W, you got my attention too. You know, me and Jay Wise, I believe we on the same algorithm on how we think about a lot of these situations in life and how we can maneuver and achieve and create like-minded people like ourselves. So I appreciate you adding to that algorithm also with your music, sir. So I have
Thank you
one more.
guys too.
You welcome. You welcome. I have one more
Yes,
song.
yes.
I, you welcome. I have one more song I want to play, and then after that, I'm gonna intro out. We can go backstage and we can finish talking, and we can create a part two. And then I establish the dates and times with you both. Jay Wise, you know I appreciate you, brother. G.I.W, I definitely appreciate you too, also. And you got my ear. And to the people that's listening, this is ChillyMoe, Consciously Aware presents Conscious is Change. And my guest is G.I.W. My co-host is Jay Wise. Y'all gonna be hearing a lot from this brother, I promise you that. So this is Universe Badger. Yesterday was just a word.
Yesterday is just a word.
Tycoon on the beat.
Seasons change and so do I. Storms may come, yet they pass by. Rain falls heavy, still I grow. Yesterday is just a word, the now is all I know. Pain tried to change me while keeping me bound. With echoes of silence, a haunting sound. With every scar, it taught me to let go. Yesterday is just a word, the now is all I know. Healing means removing the me of the past, breaking old patterns that never could last. I rise from the ashes, I bloom as I grow. Yesterday is just a word, then the now is all I know. The rain bursts the flowers, the night bursts the day. Through every shadow, I carved my way. I stand in the presence, my spirit aglow. Yesterday is just a word, the now is all I know. What was meant to break me has only shaped me. Stronger than ever, I shall flow. Yesterday is just a word, the now is all I know. I've walked through the fire, I've danced in the rain. Every step forward, I've welcomed the pain. I won't complain, I won't let it stow. Yesterday is just a word, the now is all I know. Alignment in my purpose, now clearly I see. The universe was guiding me silently. In balance, I rise, in trust I grow. Yesterday is just a word, the now is all I know. The seeds that I planted are beginning to show. Knowledge and proof, you reap what you sow. With peace in my soul, I let the past go. Yesterday is just a word, the now is all I know.
Jay Wise, we got 3 minutes, brother. Actually, 2 minutes and 52 seconds. You said this was your first day, and I want to tell you, I've been doing this for the last 4 years, sir, and you are a natural. And G.I.W, I'm sure you can announce that because I've seen you on podcasts. And if anybody with a high intellect can spark your intellect, it's an amazing interview. And that's what I witnessed today, an amazing interview. So I want to thank you both.
This was a great experience, and I'm very thankful for you guys so much too, and every experience that's placed in my life. That last song that you played, I know that artist personally as well. She's talented, and I love her voice too. So you guys are a great motivating, moving force in this world as well. So I'm very blessed for all of you.
G.I.W, man, listen, we got to do this again. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We got to do this
100%.
again. I love your energy. I like where you're coming from, and I think our audience need to hear more from people like you. ChillyMoe, my brother, my brother. This has been one of the best experiences of my life, and I got 7 kids. Okay, so this has been one of the best experiences of my life. I appreciate it, and I look forward to growing this and growing relationships and building. And that's the thing about what I love about the title of this Consciously Aware podcast. I feel like as a people and as a society, we went to sleep and we let our conscience go to sleep. And that's why we don't value family and we don't value each other the way we should. But, brothers, I'm here to tell y'all I value you. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all being who y'all are in this world. So we got to keep this going, man, because this is what our culture needs. This is what people
For
like us
sure.
need.
For sure.
Until next time.
Till next time.
You've been listening to Consciously Aware podcast with your host, ChillyMoe, where voices awaken and awareness takes root. Carry these words with you. Let them echo beyond this moment, because truth only lives when it is lived out loud. Until next time, stay awake, stay present, and always remain consciously aware.